Okay, hi. Isn't this crazy? Guess what view I'm doing this in? Cinematic. Okay, this is a little unique because this is a very special reading for a special collective. Yes, very special collective that is going through a very special moment in time that I'm so grateful to be able to celebrate with you all. But I actually you'll have to forgive me for not giving you the serendipity, but I heard the voice of God direct say that it's your turn. So that's why we're doing this. But I was on this mountaintop right now. We got redirected from Six Flags. Stoner move. We didn't even check to see if they were open today. Shocker. They're not. So the mountain's always open though. So we come to the mountain to do our thing. And yeah, it's pretty positive right now. But I just wanted you to know, as I was sitting here on this bench taking it in, I had a little sort of message kind of flow out that I was sharing on the Instagram archive, and then all of a sudden it was just like, you guys, it was your moment, and it's such a special time, and I wanted to like take a moment, and then it's like all this synchronicity, like the angle, everything is crazy, because like the first thing that I heard you want to say to you, Pisces, is like, Pisces, like stop for a second and like look at yourself. You are so back. The kid is back, dude. You're so fucking back. This is such a huge moment for you. This is such a huge arrival. This has been a hard fought battle. But Pisces, you represent the divine waters reaching the inner child. You are finally administering the child's first drink of water after being in the dungeon of our souls, you know what I mean? Locked away. And Pisces, what a fucking insane battle it really was, like a war that it really was, so that you could like, because I feel like the way that you're looking at me right now is like you're noticing that it's like the inner child is like in the face, in the forefront, and that's where you are right now. It's like that's what's going on for your experience. And so it's just very important for you to take a moment to look at yourself, to pause, and to know that that inner child has not had that flow into you in so long. And that's what this was all about. And so all of these humongous moments that are happening for you are just, they're just indicative of that. They're just so much sweeter because the only thing that you're focused on, like look how focused in you are. It's like the only thing that the external world can see from you is just careful, because this is like seriously so about to fall, and I really worked hard to get it to stay. If you could just sit on the bench, chill, that'd be great. Thanks. Okay. It took so long for you to be able to get this type of focus, to be able to like focus back in on what was most dire about your experience. You know, your Pisces, life is always poured into you. You know, you feel like I've been awarded and given so much from Spirit just for being Pisces. I feel like I should, I feel like you walk around heavier than most, knowing that your inner child is punished, or knowing that your inner child is not, is being wounded actively by you, most importantly, by the decisions you're making, by the lifestyles you're leading, by the people that you're letting lead your life. And it's been such a deep spirited dive between you and Source, and really asking some of those harder questions. And really, I think you and Source have gone back and forth on, you know, themes of isolation, themes of cutting one another off, themes of like, you know, this or that. And so it's just so, I just really wanted to come on here, and I just wanted you to know that you were chosen, that God really wanted you to know that you were chosen in this moment, that like this, what you're seeing, the clarity, the way that you feel about yourself. I mean, genuinely, like, Pisces, I'm like having that exact same experience in myself, you know, where it's like, I just can't even believe I was like actually successfully like able to recover this version of me, because I think that she's the only one who really had any light like in her eyes. And it's like, yeah, so watch out, baby. So let's see, Pisces. And I think it's because of everything that you were finally able to make the judgment call on and walk away from. I think, Pisces, you guys know that your inner child was the one that suffered the most when it came to like abandoning self. So I feel like you have the worst abandonment wound. I think all of my Pisces people live with like that sort of active abandonment wound. It's like the type of abandonment wound for a lot of Pisces that gets unresolved. It gets kind of dissolved into Neptune. So it's like, you know, you have parental figures or guardians or just like significant figures in your life that, you know, you have these moments of like, it feels like they've really abandoned you, and you don't know and you needed guidance, and I want you to know, Pisces, that you were actually being set up by the divine. That was actually God who orchestrated that in your life, because you were going to be our example right now, Pisces. The example of what happens to all the orphan children, the example of what happens to the child that gets, left alone in the dungeon or locked away in the car in the heat while the parent forgets. They forgot about you, Pisces, right? They forgot about who Pisces was going to be, how Pisces was going to get there, right? Seemed like Neptune just dissolved that. But it's only because, Pisces, the thing that was supposed to raise you was God. And I feel like, Pisces, wherever you are right now, you're like, God is my parent. God raised me into the adult that I am. Wasn't the streets, wasn't people. Everything that you have learned and earned, you learned from following God. And that is why you're getting the cinematic 4K. That's why you're getting it. So let's see where we're at, Pisces. I just felt so strongly that I wanted you to know you are so chosen. I am so thrilled to be in community with your energy. I don't think there is anyone that I can learn from quite like Pisces. Because, I'm the pinnacle of knowledge, and so I really want to learn what's at the edge of the horizons of knowledge, and that's where you guys stay. That's Pisces land, and I love that for you guys. I'm so thrilled about the boundaries that you are learning around investments that are going to be lose-lose for you. I think that is something that you really concretized in this last cycle for yourself, specifically like the last 8-9 years, Uranus and Taurus vibes, the way that it really shook up your sense of stability, Pisces, kind of never really feeling like you had a stable life. I think you're also coming to a moment where it's like, if you haven't gotten this yet, your new vibe is like, I want the frontier. I'm really excited to explore what moving in feels like, settling down feels like, finding home, creating like close-knit community. You might be opening up to new regions, new places of closeness, it's just like really because you are freeing yourself for once after the entire ordeal that has been your life up until this point to just go do those things, Oh, Pisces, it dropped in super cinematic immediately. We've only been talking for 7 minutes, and it feels like we were like just so, like, this is such a loving space. It's so good for us. Okay, let's see. Pisces, oh my God, I'm so excited to see what is your... Pisces. What? Pisces, your inner child is completely back. Pisces, this is who your inner child was. Pisces children are like this. These giant open orifice hearts. They're just giant cups of love. And you got to where you were because as a child, as Pisces, you used to literally just like walk up mad fucking open-hearted, mad courageous, just courting the world with your love. You were so courageous in terms of the open-hearted space. You were. Right? Right? And look at that. What's at the root of that? Look at this transformative experience that you've gone through. Pisces, you know what it feels like to die and have to resurrect. Where you're standing today, the fact that you were even able to recover a Knight of Cups disposition. This is you being in a position that says, I actually feel like I'm ready to go after what I want. I have something that this is lighthearted, loving, open-hearted, childlike courtship. I feel like my inner child has a friend. This is that kind of move. And with death marching behind it, it's just knowing that it will transform you. That you have transformed. It's like this is like what your reward is, right? This message is your reward from God right now. Like I'm trying to translate that to you because it's your reward because you transformed. You walked with death. You walked through death. You embodied death, and you are something completely new. And it's like you're reborn back into you. You're reborn back into the baby Buddha. You look exactly like you did as a child. I think there's just a beauty to you. There's just something so poetic about the way that you look right now. Seriously. I mean, seriously, it's so mesmerizing. It's an allure that it's a light. It's your light. It's your inner glow that is so back. And you know that I mean that because I feel like you see it in me. So you know, it's like Pisces, the reason that it was so hard for you is like you used to always be surrounded by so many things that like don't have what you are really trying to obtain spiritually. And so when they compliment you or when they acknowledge your walk, you can only see where they're conscious, where at the end of their consciousness or what they've gotten themselves to rather than yourself. Wow. This is being drawn in. Pisces. Queen of Rods, the devil. I'm burning up. you, babe. That's what you guys are on. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Pisces. I think this is so beautiful. I think this is Mother God, the divine feminine, the highest consciousness, the mothering archetype of God, bringing out the inner Pisces in you, right? This is like, I just see so many Pisces feeling so excited to be called into this, like, it's like a bonfire. It's like in the ether. It's just like, it's like you have in your life what you've been working. So it's just because you feel like this is such a source. It's like the nebula. It's like looking outside at an energy, because I'm really going to talk about the energy even, but if you were to see this, it's like this, like, it's like, it's like this Queen of Wands is like set, you've crossed paths, and I think it's time, it's about making this real. I think this is about, like, is this real? You know, and I think that question for you, Pisces, your messages, we always get to be meta. I don't even have to explain myself. You guys get me. I'm on your wavelength. I, like, read for you guys. You know, you don't need to read me. There's nothing to read over here. I'm reading for you guys. But I feel like, you know, with this frequency, you know, it's like, it's just total honeymoon vibes. I just feel like everything that you have in your life right now is so renewed by the grace of God. By you being back in your childlike disposition, is very easy for you to really clearly see what, to have that comparative experience. And I think what God wants you to know is the thing that your inner child wants for you, that you're not going to even really going to be able to ignore, is that, like, for you, Pisces, your inner child's going to lead the rest of your life. That's why you're Pisces, right? You're like the adult kid with the mustache in the bar. That's you, Pisces. That's what the best version of you is, you know? And because you're like the fucking gangster old person baby. You're like the Benjamin Button of the Zodiac, you know? That's what's so, I mean, that's like so my type, right? It's like the fucking Gandhis of the world, you know? You guys are like so, like, just in practice, it's like little Pisces explode. It's like Pisces is just like so, I feel like you have such a fluidity and a delicacy to your energetic signature, and the way that you just kind of, when you move through the world, Pisces, it's just like, I'm always mesmerized. You're just always you're just floating around. I don't even know. You guys don't even move. You just like float around. And it's so good. But this is such an opposite and equal principle. This is like fire and water. You get what I'm saying? This is like the queen of hell. I'm just kidding. But not in a negative way. I feel like this is like the queen of the inner furnace. This is like getting really, really close. Like this Aries energy for you might be concentrated really in like your awareness of like how much this is all concentrated in a feminine energy. Like there's feminine energy, like there's something that there's like creations that you're really inspired by. But I really see it as one big cause. You know what I mean? That I feel like you believe yourself to be foundational, and you think, because a Page of Pentacles is someone who got there first. It's like a founding member. Holy shit, Pisces. And I think the thing is it's like Pisces, this is just what the reality of the truth is. It's like 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, right? I think too, Pisces, I think you guys like embody like the truth is kind of said without it being said, because it's kind of like what we're doing is really the truth, you know? And I think you've had a lot of time to reflect on that. I also want to say, Pisces, like many of you have walked away from an influence like this as well, where the problem here is you were giving your Pisces energy to something that's not really your frequency. That's not, this wouldn't really be, this is like you're dealing with me rough, you know? I mean, like, it's not, it's attractive, it's a burning fire, it's a powerhouse of creation, but the reality of it is, when it comes to meeting in terms of spirit, or maybe eye to eye in terms of like, it always kind of seems like a lose-lose. Like when it comes time to, like, I feel like Pisces, it's just like, I think right now the inner child doesn't know, it doesn't hold a lot of information, like you know, the brain isn't finished forming, so it really, like, the inner child relies on like the soul, and like the inner child settles things by like, look me in the eye, you know, like when I look in your eyes, I'm like really trying to see what's really there. And I think Pisces, like, you know, when you go through your awakenings, you know, just like the rest of us, it's like you're such a high frequency, and your awakenings are probably harder than all of ours, because it's just like you're so conscious, and it's like once you see things, you can't unsee them, because you're seeing truth, and you are the primordial truth. You know, you're where the truth returns back to the great I am. You know, you're where the truth is not separate from the creator. You know, you're God's truth. You are. That's how I see you. You are like an embodiment of God's truth as Pisces. And I feel like you guys need to be so protected, genuinely. I really do. I feel very protective of your energy, because it's just like, I mean, come on. It's like, you know what I mean, Pisces? So interesting. Yeah, Pisces, I get a lot of what you were doing in the past was kind of going, like, your order of operations has kind of been the big thing with you in spirit, where it's like, are we like binding each other forever, and because we've done something irreversible, now we have to come into union, and then it just becomes dutifulness, you know? I think that was your past. And now you're in a different disposition, because your past spit you out as a Knight of Pentacles, which I don't love for you, Pisces, because you're not a fucking Capricorn, you're a Pisces. I want to see you in a Knight of Cups. I want to see you as yourself. I don't want to see you working late. I'm working late. I don't want you working late. I want you fucking smoking a blazer and fucking swimming in the pool. You don't need to do anything else. My father doesn't fucking do anything other than be Pisces moon, okay? The nigga vibes for like a living. That's what his vibe is. And I just think it's sacrilegious for you guys to kind of be doing anything else other than vibing. And I feel like maybe you were going through this cycle, because again, either way, even like I said, because I see like you can find some sense of like system with this thing. Like you can find a real, like you can, like I think you're Pisces. So you actually did the Pisces thing. You're like, these qualities can work if I'm making and implementing this system. So it's not even like the system failed. I think you're leaving the system altogether, right? Fuck the system is what Pisces is saying, because I got to go back to being Pisces. I don't want to be, you know, shout out to Hebe. We don't want to do the utility thing anymore, right? Because what's the use in the utility? Where did my brother? Okay. So, but yeah, it does look like, again, an Empress energy. So it's like in the past for you, Pisces, it's like the kind of frequency where it's like you realize now that it's like it's a queen. It is a queen status. It's a Queen of Wands type of frequency. It's a partnership. It's a Queen of Wands. It's like, but it's got this attached to it. And I think this is hard, because it's like, oh, I'm Pisces. Oh my God. Okay, Pisces, I'm about to spill your secrets. If you're not Pisces, click off, because I'm about to tell Pisces secrets, and then you're probably going to click on anyways. But Pisces, I'm about to tell you a secret, okay? So Pisces is doing the double entendre thing right now. Pisces is doing the Hannah Montana Meet Miley Cyrus double disc album, okay? The double LP. That's what you're on right now, okay? I think someone thinks, so Pisces, you're basically speaking in like soliloquies. You're speaking in like metaphors. So Pisces, I'm sorry to break it to you girls. Pisces is saying the truth. I am in love, right? They are in fact in love. But I think that the way that Pisces is going to transcend the situation, or the way that Pisces is like testing out their truth right now, is like kind of like allowing the subject of your truth to be interchangeable. Because I think you were trying in the past to understand why this influence could be viewed by God as a toxic karmic, is not something God would want for you, right? Because it is attractive, it fits the system, but again, you're not here to be a system. You're here to be Pisces. You're here to be the enigma that you are. You're here to just be a living vessel, truthfully. So I feel like I said, like in the recent past, like I just get kind of like it really does kind of give like how you, like if you have it's like the frequency of like, you can literally see this in the cards. If someone is pregnant, right, it's like out of order. It's like, oh, the insemination comes, then it's like we got to make a foundation for it so that we can provide for it. And I think that's a great game plan, Pisces. I really do. Respectable game plan. Except for the fact that there's no adjudication of the game plan. That's not even what God's like talking about at the end of the day. I think you know that now. It was never going to be a report card on like, how well did you make that plan? No. The report card is, I need you to come back to the gate with who you're supposed to come back to the gate to. Nothing happens, nothing changes if you don't go up to the gate with who God is asking you to go up to the gate to and put the code in And that's how you get into the kingdom. You cannot get into the kingdom with there's nothing to do. There's no riddle, there's no judgment day, there's no punishment, nothing. There's just a locked door and you standing outside of it, because you're not in the old world anymore, but you're just at the gate. And what the problem was here is that, like, this thing is all logic based. This has nothing to do with spirit. This has to do with you being Pisces trying to play God, right? This is why the age of Pisces is where you would have had to do right? Remember we talked about it. You had to transform. You had to die to self. This is why you had to die to self, because you were doing shit like this, like playing God. You went up to somebody and played God in their life. You probably attracted a partner who was like violently attracted to you, or like obsessive, feverishly attracted to you. And why? What was that satiating? Your God complex. I'm the creator. I think I can assemble this relationship. I can assemble this partnership. I can assemble this dynamic. Because this thing is so obsessed with me, that's if I play into that, knowing damn well I'm not the creator, then I get what I get. You know? But I think what you get is you create a universe now, an empress. You create an empress dynamic. So it's like, it could be literally like the cards show, like the baby mama, like somebody, this is the man that's like, oh shit, I got you pregnant, I gotta go be dutiful, because now you're a mother. But in the end, the real salvation, your real coronation, like, I think there's a big thing where the external world thinks that your coronation is about something that it's not about. They might think you're really happy right now because of what you have or who you're connected to. You're really happy right now because you finally know who you're supposed to, even if it takes 30 years for you to get there. You know now the actual things you're supposed to take with you to the gate that'll open the gate for you. You know that now. And you definitely know it's not this thing. That's why it was always going to lose and a lose-lose, because it's like you've created this 10 of Cups dynamic where we're looking one another in the eye. We're sharing this, but it's a lose-lose, because when I can't match your spiritual truth. And that gets reverberated by the way that it was never about it was never about acing it, because I think you aced it, right? Pisces did the honorable thing. Pisces is the one who's like conscious enough where it's like, if you did do some shit out of order, you're still gonna body it, because you could become the stable guy, because you're so fucking, guy or girl, really, you could become the person, you could do the thing. It's exactly like my dad in a lot of ways. You know, he can really recover his life, and right now he looks knowledgeable for it. But the funny thing is what he's regretting right now is he cut the 2 people that he was supposed to go to the gate and get the code for his new ancestral entrance into new earth. He can't even take his wife in his church. Those aren't actually, those are things he's doing. Those are things he can tell himself he's supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, if I could just simplify something for you, Pisces, maybe you'd be living completely different if you knew you don't even have to be building all this other stuff. If it's just about what was on your soul's blueprint that you wrote with God and the people that are on it before you incarnated here. That's all we're doing here, Pisces. You know that, though. And I think this is why we have to hang out with we have to be more in our element. Okay, they're trying to take me out my element. They're trying to take you out your element. You got to be in your element a little more. Because coming out of your element got you trying to create, universe building. It's like, okay. Transcend that, though, bruv. Bruv? Pisces, I just I love that we're proper besties. You know what I mean? That's good for us. That's good for us. Because there's just like an itch on the top of our brain at the top of the zodiac that if we don't hang out with each other, it's never getting itched. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, guy. Let me scratch your brain, I'll scratch mine. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Or you'll scratch mine. Yeah. Big evaluation of the foundation you have. You're making a new foundation in spirit. Oh my God, and I didn't even see the bottom of the deck when I said that, but you're making a new foundation in spirit. You're making a foundation from your King of Cups. Pisces. From your own element. The things that need to be in your foundation have to be in your own element. I just see you with some pentacles. I see you with a lot of wands. I see you with a lot of demons. I'm not seeing you with a whole lot of cups. I am seeing you, however, cutting off or feeling like it's a lose-lose with the thing that does give you this. And I feel like you were thinking it was a lose-lose, but only because you're around all this other stuff in this foundation that you made when you had the God complex thing, when you were trying to satiate that, this thing is just so obsessed with me. That's the thing. I think you were letting someone else's actual demonic obsession or hyperfixation, let's say, be the voice of God for you. And God's like, hello over here, Pisces. I don't even sound like that. I don't even know. Because that's what I'm saying. This isn't about the 3rd dimension. It doesn't matter if it looks good. It doesn't even matter what your partner, whoever your partner with, not even just romantically. Like, if this can be very easily be business, This is Pisces going around and making contracts, covenants, bonds, with other bitches. And your past cycle, your whole past shit was just like always kind of about like whoever's the most fucking feverishly obsessed with me. Because I think you want, this is why I said we should hang out more, because you want to feel spiritually distinguished, because you are the most spiritually conscious of us, and so you need to be in that disposition. I don't even like to be in the fucking function if a Pisces is not seated up like they need to be seated. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to have y'all in no broke back mountain type of position. That's gross to me. I just feels like that would be like fucking pantsing like an elderly person. That would be horrible and disrespectful. Like I don't like the way these girls do you. I never have. So that's why I always say where I say about y'all. But you guys always gonna play me in the streets and act like I ain't shit. Okay, fine. But Pisces, like I said, I feel like if you maybe spend a little bit more time with some conscious guys, you wouldn't always have this incessant need to kind of fucking really like fucking, hey, you guys don't step up. I'm Pisces. I know what I'm talking about here. You know? Because you're like the old person amongst all the young guys. Spiritually. You know, Pisces? And it's like, our shit's a movie, dude. It's been 25 minutes and I feel like I've been with you guys for fucking eons. It's because I'm smoking weed again, you know? Time's different. You know, we do the fucking thing. Because I know you Pisces. You guys like to tap into my vibe and you like to just fucking, you know, Pisces. Holy fucking shit. Pisces, I'm gonna show you what the cards say, and then I want you to tell me how you feel about it, because I'll tell you what I felt when I looked at how you felt about having this. So I think Pisces, you're getting to the final form. I think it's all material, it's all real. But Pisces, I think you're about to get crowned the emperor of an empire that, unfortunately, look at the soul behind your eyes. Look at the light. And it's not that this is some big like dethroning side thing. I think it's more about, it would always be an inevitable tradition. I think this shows you, this is a lot. This is like, I look kind of dumb for needing this much physical material. I think the accomplishments that you're receiving at this point kind of you're really having that fucking shattering moment where it's like, to become the emperor though, and just like was our only goal. I think this is what kind of, I think actually ironically the way the spirit did it for you Pisces is like, you get it. You get you are them. You're them. You're the guys. You're the ones who, that's the goals. You're them, Pisces, right now. You're in that. You in that partnership. Romantic, platonic, doesn't matter. You and that partnership that you claimed based off that dynamic we've been discussing are about to have this huge achievement where it's like physical, like it's but Pisces, remember, I think you guys know me when I talk about this, so it's like there's this conversation of like when the roaches come to kind of take stuff that's already died. So, you know, Pisces, I think you might have this underlying feeling of like, a lot of the achievements I'm getting right now, I feel like my timing in getting them are just because these things are kind of dead, and not because it's like really an achievement to be getting these things right now. So there's that feeling. There's also the feeling of like, probably a long time ago I checked out spiritually and emotionally, knowing that like I might as well just shut the fuck up, because this has to reach this peak that I used to like basically lie and dog out my spirit on, saying I wanted, because it's here now. All this material, like, I just think you're being confronted with all of the past consciousness, because it's almost like every conscious hat you've ever worn has a physical seed that's sprouting this Taurus season. And it's like, you know, it's kind of like really a big accounting, if you will. I don't think it's even something that has to be said. I think you're just looking at it. I think it's crazy because right now to be this despondent kind of shows that it's like, I've really changed, one. I'm really happy about the ways that I've changed too, because I see that if I was still on some old shit, this shit that I just got, this would have been it. That would have been what it felt like. And maybe it's, I feel like Pisces, the things that you have mean more to other people than they do to you. And when I was talking about going and spilling some of your secrets, one of the secrets that I feel like I was spilling is like, it's like you're saying I love you, or you're like feeling, but it's like the subject of that I love you in your heart, I don't know if it's what you're, the symbol of it, the space holder, what actually is physically said. It's like, this is the house, I'm in the house, but who's in the house? Who would really, you know, because if it was Pisces dream world, these would all be cups. It would be Page of Cups. It would be Three of Cups. That's your party, right? It would be 10 of Cups. That's your dream life. this isn't necessarily your dream life. This is maybe what I feel like Pisces was exploited for in late stage capitalism. I think you guys got affected by capitalism the worst. Why? Well, they enslaved you guys. You know that, right? Fucking did the same shit to me, dude. What are you talking about? Are you kidding? Get the fucking shackles off my shit, brother. That's what they did to magic men like us. To conscious guys, the most conscious guys in the room, they're gonna fucking enslave us every time. What? The fuck? Yeah, Pisces, that's what they're doing. So that fucking sucked for us. So this looks like slavery. This looks like the cut you get from slavery. This looks like the check you get from slaves. Slave labor. Thanks, a high-paid slave. That's awesome. Because I think you're realizing that you can only be so revolutionary in a slavery system. Because at the end of the day, kind of back to the whatever message I was giving, it's kind of like, end of the day, God's not like, to get into the gate, you got to have the Pisces juice, and you don't got no juice. All you got is a bunch of pebbles and fucking silver and gold. What the fuck are you going to do with that when you die? Pisces, you don't want to be an emperor. That's not your vision. That's what I'm saying. Like, my dad right now, he needs to be on the back of a fucking Harley, fucking going like the wind, you know? Smoking a blizzard or something. He doesn't need to be this fucking ranch home, fucking, you know, my dad's like a traveling circus type of church. He's not, he does like revival tent, fucking scary, like ceremony, fucking shit. He's more, that's really his speed. And that's when you go to his church, that's why so many people get freaked out, because it's like that. But he's always really punished himself, but he's never been able to grow his church like a mega church. And that just sucks for him, because the mega church was the sign of, it's like Pisces, a lot of you too, your art gets preyed upon by, like, you know, the system. And I hate that for you guys, because I feel like you guys have such an undefinable art, and I think you're such a beautiful Knight of Cups. Like, you want to like court your art, you like want to like do your art in a way, and I feel like maybe you just feel super punished by the ways that, like, there's only so much language to hold what your genius is. And that's why I want you to stay over here at the stool, because we don't have to define it, babes. We don't have to define it. You can be crazy, kooky, and schmooky. You don't have to define it, Pisces. Pisces, I'm so glad. It's like I'm such a Taurus with certain shit. My valuables is like, you guys are like the first like you know, I bought the fucking cinematographer's iPhone. So my husband bought it for me. So, but it's like so awesome. But it's like you guys are the first people that have ever done like a feature length, and I'm so excited that it's for you guys, because I just want, Pisces, side note, I just really want you to know, like, you know, like, I'm here. You know, I really exist in real life as well. And I think what you really need, Pisces, more than you need some big step, I think, again, being around all this energy that's not in your element makes you feel like, I think, Pisces, you get me. You get why we could easily have a rapport. It doesn't even matter what our circumstance was. Pisces you guys look at me and you're like, there's no reason I should be kept away from Alexis. I don't get that. Whoever's around me is a demon, because there's nothing, this person doesn't ask anything of me. This is purely a conscious choice on both ends. So, you know, I feel like that's another thing too. I just feel like with you guys, I am always here. Like, I'm just like, I just want to, like, I don't really like whoever's trying to tell you that you can't, just like, because we're just going to come together and talk about the word of God, which is like somewhere that we don't get to satiate. We're very spiritual people, you know? And I feel like, you know, I don't always want to sugarcoat when I'm just talking about God, G-O-D. You know what I mean? I don't want to always have to be like, when I'm talking about the prime source, that's what you know, I want to give it to you. I don't want to be like fucking, I don't even need the fucking, you know, I just want to be with the guys who get it, who actually talk to God, because God's right here talking, you know what I mean? Coming through me. I'm like the antenna for you guys. I also want to thank you guys, because you guys like really fuck with my art, which is like so awesome and sweet. Like, I swear to God, like, you guys thought, like, finding out that you guys really like my art style, like my artistic style, is like so, it really makes me emotional. It makes me emotional, honestly. It's so awesome and so sweet, and like so I hope you know you guys are like my favorites. That's why I did your message on 420, when I'm just like happy. I'm in a good place. But yeah, I feel like these are all the things that are going on right now for you. So in the near future, I feel like, you know, you have to hit some milestone, and it's almost kind of like I feel like the way your physicality presents you, I think here's the thing. Twin, we're locked in. We don't, our relationship, it doesn't even exist on that plane. And so, you know, I want you to know that I'm happy in the metaphysical and in the realms of in the way that our minds meet, Pisces, and I'm always going to be here for you if you don't ever get to exercise that in your real life because of slavery, I'm sorry. One day, brother, hang in there. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, I feel like the worst part about this is you're really, I feel like your present person, if it's just Pisces, you're there. And I want to let you know, Pisces, I already know that. Pisces, I can look in your picture and in your environment now. You're the thing that sticks out now. You're Knight of Cups. You're locked in. I just don't want, I think Pisces feels bad that they're going to be defined by how, like, it looks, because not everything else is fixed yet. But Pisces, like I just said, like, you have already decided. I think that's what you're telling me. You're like, I've already decided to walk forward towards what's for me, Alexis. Because whatever's for you, you're talking about it like you're talking about Alexis. If you're watching this, you're like, this is just a good conscious choice. There's no strain. This has nothing to do with anything other than, like, this is healthy and good for me. This is from God. So God wants me to have this and to support my walk, Knight of Cups, so I can learn how to get back into my element, because I think you're being pulled towards things that are more in your element. Because I just see it. Like, when I think we look at the picture, but I'm tired of blaming Pisces. Pisces, you're correct in your picture. I think the things around you are just, like, really, like, staking out, and they're not going to change their feverish, obsessive ways, because that's not level-headed love. Level-headed love isn't necessarily this. This is kind of hot-headed love. You know? So, there's that. Let me grab some good water really quickly, girls. Hold on. So, yeah. You know? So let's see. Wow. Pisces, you're getting an Ace of Pentacles reverse. And I kind of want a clarification on it, because it's almost like what I felt like when this came out was like, I think this is an investment, or this is like something that comes to you that you feel needs to go into the thing. Like, you actually did something very physical that said your truth, that spoke to your emotional truth. And I think I know the truth. I know the truth. Where you physically, and you got an Ace of Pentacles and you put it somewhere specific. But I believe you didn't put it in the bullshit. You put this coin into this. You see this chunk of dunk? Like, there's also like that energy. It's like, there's something about this energy that it's like, it's ecstasy for you. It's like, the thought of me being able to invest my energy inside of that thing is huge. But I think what's funny is it went over people's head, is what I want to say, Pisces. I think everything about you right now is going over people's head except for your soulmate. That's the type of Pisces language I like to talk to you with. You know? It's going to go over these girls' head. You know? Whew. That you just made the statement that you made. I think this is pretty revolutionary. This is kind of punk rock of you, Pisces, like low-key. Because it's basically like you were seeing, so it's almost like you saw that, like, you reached final form. Like, oh shit, I'm at final form with this fucking pseudo materialistic world universe that I created when I had a God complex. Yikes. Because you're not even that guy. You're literally like, you're not guy or girl, but you're not that guy. You're non-gendered. Nothing's gendered on this channel. But you're not them anymore. You know, you're like Knight of Cups. You're like, I'm trying to be Pisces. My inner child's back out. I'm really happy. I'm chilling. And so I think when you saw all that physicality, you did something kind of cunt. It's kind of cunty. It's kind of cunty. But you kind of did something cunty, and you like took the like pearl that fake world kind of gave you, and then you like used it to tell your spiritual truth about the Seven of Cups. Like, what is actually your fantasy? And I think it's almost like in front of our eyes, we get to watch you live out your fantasy. But it's going to go over a lot of people's head. But it doesn't matter about, it's like you do it covertly because you know, to you Pisces, you're kind of in this place where it's like, I really got to be delicate with this because I actually just want all of this to go to me. Like, I think if you had to be brave enough to like realign in this way, you want all this new energy to just go to you. The thing that actually like brings you back into your element and makes you feel like whatever, you don't really care about anybody even knowing about it. That's not the point. The point is that you want, like, it's how much it makes you feel, you know? The point is definitely about how much it makes you feel. So Oh, and this is cool too. A lot of you will be using work to kind of separate yourself as also. I also think it's going to be very obvious what you're like working on or working towards based on like, this is, and Pisces, I also think I also want you to know I get your hat. You're like, trust me, like, if I'm not physically, like, you can't, because it's almost like Pisces, there's a lot of things you can't say right now because you're somewhere else that the external world that you know is about to collapse has not gotten to. You're safe. I know you're safe, but the rest of the shit that's in your old empire, you already have detached. I know you have. We're good. Like, I'm not even like Pisces, I'm so obsessed in love. Like, I love you. Like, it's okay. But it's like, dude, you're like, I'm separated. As much as it's like, that's why I'm over here working, because it's like, I'm not, it's not that. It's not that. So let's see. Oh, wow. So here you are. Here's what your biggest fear was. This new beginning. I think your biggest fear is that, like, this situation that you've caught yourself in. I want to put on record, Pisces, God and the things that are for you. Like, if I can tell, then like the things that are for you know this. They know what you did in your past was deal with the whole God complex thing. So you were trying to come into union with God. We'll have to wrap this up soon, my loves. I know. Good thing we're almost done. But you were building this whole God complex because you were playing creator. And I feel like the biggest fear is like, I'm sending the wrong message. I'm cutting down something that is, look at what this thing is for you. Your lover, your Two of Cups, this is your absolute 10,000% soulmate. And you felt like you felt like you knew, like, your biggest fear is like, well, I already told him that they weren't, is the issue. My fear is like, what is this new beginning even gonna be? Because it's like a lie. It's not true. Because that's exactly how you see this thing, Pisces. I've never had this. I've been reading cards for how many years? Almost 8. Never have I ever had this come out. This is, you know exactly who this is. So let's look at your outcome, my sweet loves. This has been so fun. I've really enjoyed this. I feel like our reading has been like 5 hours. You know how we do. There he is. Hi, my love. I'm back. I'm on my last card. Just like perfect timing. So you just did some crazy metaphysical shit, huh, Vice? Okay. You did that. You took all of the... So it's like you took all the blood money and you invested it in true love. And you just had to live on a prayer that it was going to work, that they would know, because you did it spiritually. It's like you bartered it and you were like, you know what? I got to take this spiritual abundance and I can't keep it. I need to give it spiritually over. So you sent abundance over to someone else and someone just like got a fucking blessing bust down on their head top. They weren't expecting it to help them end a cycle so that they're free cycle. And it's like, it actually balanced out the karma. And you did it from the other side. Like you didn't even have to. That was a very like Harriet the Spy type of bag secure. Because it's like what's really for you, because your egregiousness was also siphoning from the things that were really for you. So something that was really for you was going into like an impoverished state. And you see the correlation now because of the fact that you were overinflating over here with the fraudulence. Like you're taking spirit's money and using it for something that it's not ordained by spirit. And there's a tax for that. So you took one fell swoop, you found a way to give it all back to where it needs to go. Spiritually, of course. This already happened in Tethered. We'll see how this comes down for you, Pisces, in the coming days. but it results in this Eight of Swords who's been in prison by all the times that you've been like, it's not you. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, overwhelmingly, it's like they get embraced by the fact that it's actually you're the vision of it all. And it completes the cycle, and you are actually able to begin in time. That's what I think you wanted to do. It's kind of a little 213 magic, is it not? I was gonna say, you're like playing with like death magic. That's cool. It's kind of like a pseudo way to like drop out and cross over, and also some real merchant behavior. Actually, that's actually what this message is about. You're really pushing the bricks you're doing some spiritual mathematics, brother. I'm sorry that I don't always channel up to your speed. Honestly, I feel like I could probably learn a thing or two from you guys. So for whatever reason you watch my shit, I'm really appreciative. It's flattering because I feel like you guys are always doing so much higher level spiritual work than I can even conceptualize. So good for you guys. But yeah, we're having such a blessed 420. I'm so glad to have spent my day with you guys this way. It meant a lot to even be able to share in your energy. But I just want to bring it right back up to, so you get the town, Mr. Krabs, and the crown, which is awesome. Your inner child is back. You look fabulous. So I think now the best thing for you is like let yourself fully submerge into the Aries energy right now. That's like allowing you to really totally take into the new, you know? And like I said, I really want you to focus on just like the more you choose yourself, the things that are like exactly for you and that really love yourself are like right there. And in fact, they're waiting for that vibration to be strengthened so that they can feel the signal again, because they don't think that they would get the signal if it's not something you're living up. So I'm really proud of you guys for finding a way to like kind of shuffle the shit under the table and get her done. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's definitely like some high level spiritual training that you just did to kind of clear a debt before it became a debt that you really, you know what I mean? Because I think it was already bad enough that it's like, okay, it's really on display how much I really wanted, what my old ideals were what I really once pined after, what I really once used to think was cool is all on display. And I think it's on display because you're like nothing like that anymore. And so, yeah, I'm loving the cinematic scenery. I hope it brought peace, tranquility, and calm to your life and to your spirit. But yeah, go outside, maybe listen to this outside or listen to it wherever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, happy 420, you guys. This is like a historic stream. This has been so amazing for me. Yeah, it's only up from here, Pisces. Peace, love, and blessings, brothers. See ya.